Hey everyone, it's Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy, and today I have a Country Craft Creations design team project to share with you. This project is using the exclusive Midnight Manor collection. I had the 8x8 pack, and of course I had to make a mini, well, what is this, a folio? It's kind of a mini album because there's a page in it, but it's more or less a folio, but it's 8.5 by 8.5, and I will try to get a tutorial up. Today is Monday. I'll try to get it up Tuesday. I've been having way too much fun just making a mess in my craft room and crafting away. So I went overboard on this cover. I was playing just all kinds of different things, but I don't know if you guys can see, but I did use Country Craft Creations Burgundy Artisan Cardstock, which I love this burgundy. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's hard to find a good burgundy, and this one seems to work with everything. Now on here, I did ink the edges, so they are darkened a little bit on the burgundy. But I have just, some flowers from my stash, leaves that I punched out, and then I just used my gold leaf pen to ink the edges. I did sponge these a little bit to darken these leaves up, doily from my stash. I cut out one of the ghosts. I don't know why I have the ghost coming out of the spider web, but I just feel like there needed to be a ghost on there, and the spider's eating the ghost. Don't ask. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty, if I do say so myself. And then this is one of the cut aparts. I did layer it up on some glitter. I don't know if you guys can see. This is from my stash as well. This pretty glitter. It's almost like a fabric feel. And then I have this more textured glitter that I use. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but here is the spine. This is the burgundy. I just left that as is, again, because I love it. This is one of the cut aparts, and then you have the Haunted Mansion, which, yep, Tiffany will never go in that thing. No, thank you. Okay, and then I just used some ribbon from my stash, and it opens up like so. There we go. This is really a simple folio. There's not a lot of tricks. There's not a lot of embellishments. I just really was having fun with the paper. So on this side, and I'll tell you guys at the end what I would do differently for this, but I do have it with which one is this? Let me see. This is a seam binding from Country Craft Creations in Smoke Gray. So that's what color that one is. And then I do have a magnet just in this one here. I don't know why I did that, but for some reason I felt like it needed a magnet. And then you have just this layout. I did matte with that burgundy all the way through. And then you have this side here. And I have where I fussy cut these out from one of the pages, because in Country Craft Creations collections you get 3 of each design sheet, which I love, because you always normally need 2, and sometimes you're like, oh, if I just had 1 more, and you do with Country Craft Creations. So that's, I love it, because then I don't feel bad if I want to fussy cut one of them and use the elements like as ephemera. So I did I put these on black cardstock first, then I fussy cut around them. I did ink this up, even this page, so it wasn't as bright. I wanted this to be a little gloomy, and I went crazy with the inking. I just, yeah, went a little crazy. This border punch is just a punch from my stash. You don't even have to use that. I just was adding something a little different, but you could do a lace trim here. You can leave it without anything, and it still will look nice. Again, I was just playing. So I have the border trim down here as well, and mainly because when I was cutting my papers, so I'm trying to see an example. I think this is the back of one of these. So I cut this first, because you guys know I cut my larger pieces first. Then I see what I have left over. And what was left from this was enough to fit this, but just short a little bit. So I added this trim that I had in my stash. It's just, I don't know if you guys can see, but a rosette trim. And then you just have a simple, like this is the as basic as you can get. Just saying, if you're a beginner, this is perfect for you. If you're not a beginner, you can make this however fancy you want to. So it opens up like this. I added a couple just tags. I did mount them on black cardstock. I used my little mini stapler and just kind of had some fun with the ink pen again. And then added a cluster of flowers down here. Just, you know, pulling things out from my stash. I don't like that one. The creepy people. I don't like the statues. But that is that little layout. So again, this is just basic. And then you have this side. It's the exact same as the other side. As far as the layout, just a little bit different of the paper. So like on this one, I used this half of the paper, which was, this is the back. And then for this one, when I put this one down, I used the other side. So you were still getting like the full spread of this design sheet this way. And then you have it like that. And it opens up again like so. And again, I just fussy cut these from one of the other sheets just to give it a pop of the kind of orange color going throughout there. But if I was going to do this again, I would do these flaps go in the opposite direction. So I would have my bulk on this side and have it flip out this way, because it's too much in here. I did with this, and you'll see once I do the tutorial, I added like a little gusset here so it would fold over nicely because I knew I had, you know, put this down and this was bulky. So literally these two pages, I just did an L hinge and glued them together. And that's how I did this middle piece. But I would definitely have these on the outside next time to give myself more room with this. And just, again, just a tip. Not that it's a big deal, but it does bug me when I do it and I always forget. So when I decorate my cover, and it's a shallow book, so it has like a skinny spine, I did a lot of decorating on here. If you're going to do this, do it here so that your book will somewhat lay flat. I don't know, you guys can't really tell, but this is like not touchy. Let me just see. I have like 1.5 inch score tape. No problem. So just so you guys, like, you know, just learnings. But again, I do it all the time and forget. So, but I also like to display things. So I like pretties on my covers. That's why I literally started with the cover first and just had fun with it. But again, this is just a really quick tutorial. Not tutorial, not yet. A quick project for you. And again, you can see. Let me just give you the measurements real quick. You could do it yourself if you're not a beginner. So this is 3.5 by, I think I did 8.25 by 8.25. You could do it by 8.5 if you want, but I just stuck to 8.25. So if it's 3.5 with a hinge, you would need a piece that is 4 by 8.25. Then this one is 5.5, so you would need a piece that is 6 by 8.25 and get your, you know, score at a 1/2 inch. So really simple. These are 8.25 as well by 8, but I have a 1/4 inch gusset. So we're now at 8.25 and a 1/2 inch to secure it down. So we're at 8 3/4. So a page piece, 8.25 by 8 3/4. You score at a 1/2 inch and then 3/4 of an inch just to get that gusset on there. But it's so simple. You definitely have to try it. And like I said, you can make pockets on these. It's you know, it's up to you what you want to do with it. But I just thought this paper was so pretty. I went a little crazy with my Halloween projects this weekend. So you guys will see a few more things coming up. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this was a Halloween weekend for me. But more to come. But there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know what you think. Again, this is not like some advanced project. This is just a really pretty basic project. And you can make it as advanced as you want to. But again, I'm using Country Craft Creations, which I'll link below in the description box. Midnight Manor collection here. And I mostly just pulled out like most of the grays and then just popped in a couple of the other muted, like, you know, goldy cream colored ones. But there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching my design team project for Country Craft Creations. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed already, please make sure that you do. And I'm so thankful for all the new subscribers out there. Welcome to the fun channel. Just saying. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks. Bye.